At 55, my skin has never felt better, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I get glowing skin naturally. No Botox, no fillers. So first of all, hi, I'm Ali. I've been a facialist for the last 8 years and I'm really passionate to help you on your skincare journey. So I thought today I would just go through what I kind of do during the daytime and in the evening, and with some facial massage. So let's start off with my morning routine. So I wake up in the morning and I actually wash my face nice and gentle, and I do have some of my products here. If you have your own, that's fine too, but I use a gentle cleanser. Now this is a cleansing milk, so really nice and light, and once a week I will actually do a very light facial scrub as well, so we're getting rid of all the dead skin cells on the face as well, on the top surface of the skin. This will also allow for better penetration for skin products, but I only do that once or twice a week. So washing the face every morning with a gentle facial cleanser. Then I use a vitamin C serum. Now I have one here. Again, this is my own, but there are plenty on the market. And I only use a tiny bit just onto the fingers, and then massaging it all on the facial area, and also not forgetting the neck. Onto a little bit of facial oil, because then I'm ready to do my almost daily videos for you. So the facial oil I'm using is my Nourishing facial oil here. So let's just do a little facial massage, a daily morning routine if you like, using my Nourishing facial oil before we get on to my almost like my evening routine. So first of all, applying to clean skin. Well, I say clean skin as in no foundation, no any BB creams or anything like that. So we've washed our face, put our serum on. So now we're applying our Nourishing facial oil, and you just want a couple of drops to the fingers, and whatever you apply onto your skin is going to penetrate in even better and deeper. So you really want to make sure that what you do place on your skin is really good quality. And my products are majority organic. The facial oil has 11 organic essential oils and extracts as well, and argan oil, which is so great for the skin. So just applying all along the skin, face, neck area. So starting from the collarbone, let's just do a bit of gentle tapping in an upwards motion. And I always do this to really get blood flow and circulation to the area. And I like to work in an upwards motion, particularly being 55, everything starts to drag down, so you really want to lift up. And then with the back of the hand, from the jawline, all along towards the ears. Now we have plenty of lymph nodes here, so any toxins and waste build up, we can move along towards the ear area, particularly when we finish off with a lymphatic drainage. And then I just like to tap on the chin, all along the jawline, slightly upwards and outwards motion. My tapping is quite light, you don't need to be too heavy-handed. Now when it comes to the eye area, the skin around the eyes is very fine and delicate, so I tend to use my ring finger because we have a lighter touch. And this is really great for any puffiness and eye wrinkles here. And just really tapping all the way along. And then the forehead, starting from between the eyes, those potential frown lines, and working our way up in an upwards motion. Again, I've never had any Botox or fillers. I don't have any lines on my forehead. So I'm sure it's because I've been using good quality products and also daily facial massage. So once we've done that, let's do a little bit of facial massage, about really nice and light. So I'm starting with, again, the bottom of the neck, you say, the décolleté if you like, and I'm just giving those a few gentle presses just above the collarbone to get the lymphatics going. And then I take my hands and just gently sort of glide in an upwards motion from the collarbone towards the jawline and the sort of top of the neck area if you like, smoothing out any fine lines and wrinkles in this area. Again, there's not much sort of skin, sort of fat padding on the neck, so I like to go fairly light. And again, the skin on the neck is fairly fine, so again, you don't need to be too heavy-handed. It's nice and light. And then I like to take my hair out the way. I just take my fingers and then I just do a little bit of gentle flicking and upwards motion. And then coming from the chin, thumbs under my chin, and then I would place my fingers into a hook shape and just gently massage all along the jaw area in an outwards motion, again all the way towards the ears. Nice and light. And I tend to do some really nice deep belly breathing as well, in through the nose and out through the mouth, to really help again with blood flow and oxygen to the facial area. And then coming up with the knuckles as far as we can along the mouth and those potential smile lines towards the nostrils, and gliding in an outwards motion. Nice light massage. Now, when it comes to the sort of lip area, again, particularly getting older, again, I'm 55, and you tend to get, your lips tend to get a little bit sort of smaller as you get older. So a really great, nice, easy way to puff them out is to take our thumb, place our thumb under the lip area, the fingers above, and just gently press from the middle. Hold and release, and then again a little bit further along. And towards the end. And what this does is really, again, helping blood flow and circulation, getting that blood pumping all the way around. You also end up with probably slightly more rosier coloured lips, perfect if you're going out and getting ready for the day. And then with our fingers here just above the lips, we tend to forget about this area, and I like to work in an outwards motion. Slightly flicking, particularly if we have any lip lines. Now, again, I don't smoke, so I haven't got smoker's lines, but I don't want lip lines either, so I tend to just slightly flick out, and again, because I've used good products, penetrating in even better and deeper with good quality essential oils and argan oil. Now, again, where the nose is here, we have some indentations here. And this is where those potential nasolabial folds, smile lines, can literally start and develop and come down. So we want to take our fingers, and where between either side of the nose and that sort of cheek, you can just almost feel an indentation. And you just want to really give that a nice gentle massage in a round circular motion, releasing any tight tension. Let's massage one way. This is a great acupressure point as well. And then just massage the other way as well. And then gliding from that area under the cheekbone towards the ears. Again, how we hold our facial expression also makes a difference to fine lines and wrinkles. And obviously, if you are always, if you're slightly angry or tense or stressed, we tend to get quite tight, and then we end up with more wrinkles as well on the face. So by keeping a nice relaxed face and just being mindful during the daytime of actually how we hold our expressions can also help, particularly if around this sort of forehead area and those frown lines. So just keeping everything relaxed. So when it comes to the eye area, again, we have, it's very fine. So I'm using my ring finger and I'm just gliding now from between the eyes, where the bone is, towards the temples. particularly if you have any puffiness under the eyes. And this is again a great one in the morning. And I do actually have a really great calming eye cream as well if you're interested. So just calming down all the way along towards the temple area here. If you have dark eyes and circles. And then just working under the eyebrows, very light massage, very light touch, in an outwards motion again. And then from the centre of the forehead, I like to work upwards. Now, obviously, this is a slightly longer video today, so if there's certain sort of areas you have more problems with, you can always just pause the video and work a little bit more on a certain area. And then I'm working nice and light again, not much fat padding here, so just nice and light. Now I like to also do lots of facial yoga as well and exercises, but today we're really concentrating mainly on facial massage, and I think next time I do sort of a combination of the two, and also fascia work as well, releasing tight fascia as well. So just lifting up and then just placing our fingers, just gliding down. Now we've done a nice facial massage here for the day to really get us going. So we're just gliding along here, just getting rid of toxins and waste, which we've been moving literally in an upwards and outwards motion. And this is feather light touch, side of the ears, and then behind the ears. And then gliding down the big SCM muscle, either side of the neck, one at a time, down to the collarbone. And then I like to do a final lymphatic drainage release. So from the chin all the way down where our collarbone is just above, got those indentations. And I give those a few gentle presses to release all the toxins and waste, to really help with glowing skin as well, into the body, ready for elimination. So then when it comes to, well actually after that, won't forget, I always use a factor 50 as well, because obviously even in the winter, even if it's cloudy, you really want to protect your skin, really important. So now let me just share with you how I would do my evening routine. So my evening routine is I'm using a nourishing facial oil here, again, because whatever you apply is going to penetrate at night time as well. So I just apply again in the evening, a few gentle drops. But this time, when I'm doing a facial massage, I like to keep it really nice and calm. You want to calm down the nervous system. So I just place it all very lightly onto the face, closing the eyes and taking a couple of deep belly breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And then just very lightly gliding along in an outwards motion. Not forgetting the neck. So with the fingers here, I would then start from my collarbone, come all the way up to my jawline, make a scissor-like shape, and then glide along all the way to the ears where we have those lymph nodes, gliding down the big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. And I would do this a few times here. Moving toxins and waste, getting ready for some little lymphatic drainage. And then coming up, and then on the other side. Now, if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Again, I will have all my links in my description so you can sort of see my products I use as well. Again, coming up nice and light, all the way up. But because we've come up here, you don't want anything stagnating here, any toxins and waste. So again, I just like to just calm along nice and lightly towards the ears. So moving everything upwards but across to the ears now and along the jawline. And then just coming along from the chin along the jawline and just slowly working my way along, and then working in a little bit further up, lower part of the face towards the cheekbone. Smoothing everything out and relaxing the face. And then on the other side. All the way along, again, just relaxing the face. So I like to take a few deep belly breaths. And then just gliding under the cheekbone and towards the ears. And then just above the cheekbone now as well. And then taking my fingers where our temples are and just massaging this area, really again calming down the nervous system. And then massaging the other way. And then just gliding under the eyes, again towards the temples. And then all the way up with the fingers, forehead area. And then just gliding down towards the ears. And then taking my hands on into my head, I tend to always give a little head massage in the evening. Again, this really does calm everything down. And in the evening, it's not so bad when your hair's a little bit of a mess. Unfortunately, I have quite frizzy hair, so my hair never looks tidy. As a child, it used to be very curly, but obviously in age and having children, it does change. And also, you know, being in my sort of menopause, again, hair definitely changes. So just massaging the head. It's coming down, everything towards the ear area here. Again, just very light, feather light touch. And then I like to take my fingers and massage just by the ear area here, going up from the ear towards the top of the ear to the bottom of the ear. And then just massaging the ears as well. This really does help, particularly if you're a light sleeper or you find sleeping quite tricky and difficult to sort of set off. This really does calm you down. Just massaging the ears nice and light. And you can even place your hands onto your ears just for a couple of seconds. And then just gliding down the front of the ear. And then I just go down by the back of the ear. And then I just like to give a little massage to the bottom of the head, top of the neck. It's a nice light round circular motions with the fingers. And then when the fingers are touching, just gliding down one hand at a time, down the big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. And then from the chin all the way down where the collarbone is just above, we have some indentations. And again, I like to give those a few gentle presses. And then just placing hands onto the eyes, just two or three gentle deep belly breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and long exhalation. In through the nose and out through the mouth, and then to come down here. And then afterwards, again, doing the morning routine, evening routine, I always have just a little bit of warm water as well, just to sort of help with detoxification in the body. The description box for my products, and also please like, comment and share. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye.